Hey everyone, I welcome you all to this video. And in this video, we will be discussing about copying data from one table to the other, right? So copying data from one table or one table to the other. Or you can write copying data from existing table to the new table. Existing table to the new table. Now there can be two cases. Case 1, the new table that is going to be created, its structure might exist or it might exist and it might not exist, right? So there can be two cases. In case 1, the new table simply doesn't exist, right? And in case 2, the new table structure or new table may exist. So in both the cases, we will use different approaches, right? So let's discuss about the first case. So case 1. So in case 1, we are saying that the new table simply doesn't exist, right? So first of all, let's have a look at the old table from which we want to copy the data. So I will run a simple select statement. So we will write select star from dbo.sales. So this time we are going to use dbo.sales table or sales table. And in the previous videos, we have discussed about this table, and this table sits in the database, sales database. So if you have not selected this database, first of all, select this database from the drop down, and then you can run this simple statement, that is select star from dbo.sales. If I'll execute this statement, so this is the table from which we want to copy the data. So we want to copy the data from this table, and we want the data to be copied in a new table that doesn't even exist. Its structure even doesn't exist. So in that case, we can write select star into new table. So let's name the new table as new table, new underscore table 1, right? Because we are talking about case 1. So select star into new table 1 from the old table. So what is the name of the old table? The name of the old table is DBO sales, because we want to copy the data from DBO sales table. When you will execute the statement written in line number 10, you will see 11 rows affected because dbo.sales table was having 11 rows. So now a new table was created which will be a replica of DBO sales table, and it will be having the structure and all the records same as that of the DBO sales table, right? So we will write here that this statement will result in the creation of new table 1, which will be having structure and records both same as that of, I am writing in next line, same as that of DBO sales table. And DBO sales table is the old table, or it is the existing table. I'll remove this object explorer. Yes. So that's all right. Now, let's say we are not interested in copying all the columns from DBO sales table, but let's say we want to copy only, let's say 2 or 3 columns or any 2 columns from DBO sales table. So how we can write the code? So in that case, we can modify this code written in line number 10. So I will copy it and I'll write it here for clarity. Control X, and let's write it here in Control V. So this part which is written from line 11 to 13, this is the first part. And now let's discuss about the next part in case 1 only, where we want certain columns to be copied from DBO sales table to the new table, right? So we are saying certain columns to be copied. And this is within case 1 only, right? This is within case 1 only. In case 1 also, we were having 2 conditions. So this was the first condition, where all columns were copied from existing table. And now we will be writing the case where certain columns will be copied to the new table. So before beginning with second part in case 1, inside case 1, we will first of all have to drop the new table 1 that we have created. So what we can write? We can write drop table, new table 1. You will drop it. So I will select the statement written in line 16 and I will execute it. Control R. Now we will write the code. So here when we had to copy all the columns, so here we mentioned select star. Now let's say we do not want to copy all the columns, but we want to copy only 2 columns, let's say. So first of all, I will execute the statement written in line 8 to see the data that we have in the existing table, that is DBO sales table. So here we have a total of how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Let's say we are interested in copying only product ID and quantity column. So what we can write? We can write select product ID, comma, quantity into new table 1 from dbo.sales. If I will execute the statement written in line number 18, so you can see 11 records impacted. So although 11 records were impacted, but only 2 columns were copied into the new table. And now if you will run a simple select statement on new table 1, now if I will write select star from new table 1, if I will execute this statement, you will see that we have only 2 columns present in the new table. Why? Because from DBO sales table, only 2 columns were copied into the new table. So in that way, we can copy the data from one table to another in the case where, for the case where the new table that has to be created doesn't exist. Its schema basically doesn't exist, right? So in that way, we can create a new table. Now let's consider the next case where the table actually already exists. So I will write case 2. So the new table structure / table already exists. So in order to discuss about case 2, first of all, let's create the table with 0 records, right? So how we can create the table with 0 records? The statement that we have learned in case 1. So first of all, we have learned that select star into new table 2 from dbo.sales. This is what we have learned, right? So before even beginning with the discussion about case 2, first of all, we will execute the statement written in line 25, but we will modify it a little bit because we want to create, first of all, we want to create new table 2, which will be having the structure same as that of DBO sales table. So I will write select top 0 all into new table 2 from dbo.sales. If I will execute the statement written in line number 25, it will create a new table named new table 2 for us, but no records will be copied from DBO sales table into the new table 2 because we have written top 0 here. So if I'll select the statement written in line 25 and if I'll execute it, so you can see 0 records impacted. But if I will now run a simple select statement on new table 2, so I can write select star from new table 2 And if I will execute it, the statement written in line 27, so you can see that the new table 2 already exists. Its structure already exists basically, but it is not having any records. And now let's say we want to insert the records from DBO sales table into the new table 2, which is already in existence. So how we can write the code? So here we will write the code in this way. Here we can write insert into new table 2 select star from dbo.sales. So we can write insert into statement, right? So I will now select the statement written in line number 29 and will then execute it. So you can see 11 records impacted. If we will now run the simple select statement on new table 2, that is select star from new table 2, you will see that this new table 2 now consists of 11 records which were copied to this table from DBO sales. But new table, before running the statement written in line 29, new table 2 was already into existence. You should keep that in mind, right? So for the second case, the new table that is going to be created, it's a structure or that table should exist, right? So in that case, we can use insert into statement. Now inside in case 2, there can be one more sub case wherein we are not interested in copying the values of all the columns, but let's say we are interested in copying certain columns only. So how we can do that? So Control R. So I will write here copying certain columns. So for this purpose, first of all, let's create a new table that will already be there in existence because we will be using insert into statement. So in order to use insert into statement, the table in which the data has to be inserted, it should be in existence already, or its structure should be there, right? So how we can do that? So first of all, in order to discuss about the new subcase in case 2, first of all, we will have to create a new table which already is in existence because we will be using insert into statement. So we can write the statement in this way. We can write select star into, let's name the new table as new table 3. So we can write new table 3. Select star into new table 3 from dbo.sales, and we can write a false condition as well, right? So we can write where 1 is equal to 0. So when we will write this false condition, because you know that 1 will never be equal to 0. So this statement, if we will execute the statement written in line 33, it will create a new table named new table 3, which will be having structure, which will be having schema, columns, same as that of DBO sales table, but no records will be inserted from DBO sales table into new table 3. Why? Because we have used a false condition here. That is where 1 equal to 0. So if I will select the statement written in line 33 and if I'll execute it, so it shows the message that 0 records affected, although the statement was executed, but no records were copied. Only structure, schema and all that part must have been copied. So if I will now execute the simple select statement on new table 3, so we can write select star from new table 3. If I will execute this statement written in line 35, so you can see that a new table exists with the same structure, same schema as that of DBO sales, but it is not having any record. No record exists there, right? Now let's try to use the insert into statement where we want to copy the value of certain columns from DBO sales, not all the columns. So Control R, I will write insert into new table 3, and then in the brackets, you will have to mention the columns for which you want the value to be copied. So Control R, let's say we want to copy the value for product ID and sale date. So we can write product ID, comma, sale date. After that, we can write select product ID, comma, sale date, from the existing table, that is dbo.sales. So we now want to copy certain columns from this table, right? So we are not copying all the columns, we are copying certain columns, values for certain columns. So if we will now execute the statement written in line number 37, so 11 records impacted. Now again, let's run simple select statement on new table 3 to see the data that it now consists of. So if I'll execute statement written in line 35, you can see that we have values only in two columns, that is product ID column and sale date column. In all other remaining columns, we have null values. Why? Because we have copied only two columns value from DBO sales. So we can copy the value for all the columns and we can copy the value for certain columns as well. Also, the statement that we have written here in line number 25, and the statement that we have written in line 33, both of them will function in the same way, right? So when you write select top 0 all into table 2 from dbo.sales, it will simply copy the schema structure of DBO sales table, and it will create a new table 2 by the name new table 2, and this will not be having any record copied from DBO sales table because you have written select top 0 all. Similarly, if I'll talk about statement 33, so it is creating a new table by the name new table 3, but here we have written where 1 equal to 0. So the schema structure will be copied from DBO sales table, but no records will be copied from DBO sales table. So that's all. So I hope this video was helpful and you got an understanding and idea around how we can copy the data from an existing table to a new table. And that's all for this video, and we'll meet in the next session. We'll discuss about other topics. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.